People know your worth, they just hope you don't. Don't base your decisions on the advice of those who don't have to deal with the results. Sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can fall together. Accept people as they are, but place people where they belong. For better or worse, the way things are now is not how they will always be. Never confuse people who are always around you with people who are always there for you. You can't reach for what's in front of you until you let go of what's behind you. It's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. Don't try to save a person who isn't actively trying to save themselves. They just want someone to pull down with them and often don't really want to be saved. Whatever you do between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. pays the bills, and what you do between 5 p.m. and midnight builds your legacy. Be careful about the stories you're telling yourself about your current circumstances. A head full of negative thoughts has no space for positive ones. The people who say you can't and you won't are usually the ones scared that you will. People ask what you do for a living so they can calculate the level of respect to give you. Your life right now is a result of the choices you made this past year. Your life a year from now will be a result of the new choices you start to make. Choosing comfort over discomfort does not lead to a comfortable life. Stay close to the people who want more for you, not more from you. Sometimes the hardest things in life are the things that we need to hear the most. Experience is the hardest kind of teacher. It gives you the test first and the lesson afterward. There comes a time in your life when you have to choose to turn the page, write another book, or simply close it. Solving a problem without solving its root cause is like taking a step forward and then one back. How you treat your body before you are 45 is how your body will treat you after you are 45. The wrong people always teach you the right life lessons. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. Once you realize the power of your presence, you won't be just anywhere. You will never hear someone who's doing better than you speak negatively about you. If you don't separate yourself from your distractions will separate you from your goals and the life you want. If you can find paths without any obstacles, it probably leads nowhere. One of the fastest ways to improve your life is to simply do what you said you were going to do. There is only one thing more painful than learning from experience, and that is not learning from experience. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. You are always stronger and more resourceful than you give yourself credit for. Two things to remember in life. Take care of your thoughts when you're alone, and take care of your words when you're with people. People only change for themselves. You won't have to force it and break yourself apart to help them. If it can be fixed, why are you complaining? If it can't be fixed, why are you complaining? Everyone wants to skip the struggle, not knowing that that's where character is built. Failure is the way life teaches us its rules, in particular the ones we don't want to learn. It never gets easy, but it gets easier. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Some people are investments and some people are bills. Know the difference. Every adversity, every failure, and every heartache carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. You can choose the game you play, but not its rules. We cannot live happily wishing the world followed the rules we are comfortable with. Stop being so available to people who are only there for you when it's convenient for them. You don't notice your progress in life because you are always raising the bar. The human capacity for burden is like bamboo, far more flexible than you'd ever believe at first glance. When you're driving through the darkness, you can only see as far as the headlights shine, but you can make the whole trip that way. There is a healthy amount of distrust to have in everyone. Nobody's intentions are truly clear, even after being stated. You aren't crazy, you're intelligent. The trouble is, you think you have time. Our wounds are often the openings into the best and most beautiful part of us. If they don't know you personally, don't take it personally. Recognizing that you are not where you want to be is a starting point to begin changing your life. If you wouldn't take advice from them, why would you take criticism? Sometimes, the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. If you have more than 3 priorities, you have none. Smart people learn from everything and everyone, average people from their experiences, and stupid people already have all the answers. Don't tell your friend what your enemy shouldn't know. Expect little from people, expect a lot from yourself. That's the secret of a happy life. Don't rely on others to tell you how to be happy or what makes a good life. Staying positive doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time. It means that even on hard days, you know that there are better ones coming. Don't just love yourself. Have respect for yourself. If you don't, other people will have no problems walking all over you. Don't let anyone who hasn't been in your shoes tell you how to tie your laces. The quickest way to succeed is to start now and figure it out as you go. You can't learn to drive in a parked car. The time you kill does not die without avenging itself. Be not afraid of moving slowly. Be only afraid of standing still. We generate fears while we sit. We overcome them by action. You can lie down for people to walk on you, and they'll still complain you're not flat enough. Maybe the path that scares you the most is the one you need to take. Don't be afraid to do things by yourself. Waiting for other people will cause you to miss out on some wonderful things in life. When you find no solution to a problem, it's probably not a problem to be solved, but rather a truth to be accepted. You'll never be rewarded for following someone else's rules. If you only do what you can do, you'll never be more than you are now. When you work for someone else, you have the right only to labor, not to the fruits of your labor. Problems grow to the size they need for you to acknowledge them. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. Adversity is not a detour, it is part of the path. If you fuel your journey on the opinions of others, you are going to run out of gas. Go forth on your path as it exists only through your walking. Show respect to people even when they don't deserve it. Respect is a reflection of your character, not theirs. If you want to feed a problem, keep thinking about it. If you want to solve a problem, take action. The road to success and the road to failure are almost exactly the same. Sometimes you need your feelings hurt so you can wake up and focus on yourself. Most of what feels urgent is important for someone else, not for you. As long as you're going to be thinking anyway, think big. Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Adversity has the effect of eliciting talents, which in prosperous circumstances would have lain dormant. A decision is a sharp knife that cuts clean and straight. Indecision is a dull one that hacks and tears and leaves ragged edges behind it. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. If you wait until you're ready, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. You have to fight through some bad days to earn the best days of your life. The world is round, and the place which may seem like the end may also be the beginning. With confidence, you have won before you have started. Don't be discouraged. It's often the last key in the bunch that opens the lock. If we all did the things we are capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. Change is never painful. Only resistance to change is painful. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than the ones you did. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. The first step towards getting somewhere is to decide you're not going to stay where you are. Sometimes you have to lose, or you have to find out who you truly are. You will have to face problems all your life, and you can decide whether they will be the same ones over and over. Nothing is permanent in this wicked world, not even our troubles. There is hope, even when your brain tells you there isn't. Stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution. Where there is ruin, there is hope for a treasure. Don't be scared because you don't have all the answers right away. You will learn through your experiences and find your own way to happiness. Don't be afraid of a shadow. It just means there's a light nearby. Just because you hate this chapter doesn't mean you'll hate the book. No amount of regret can change the past, and no amount of worrying can change the future. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. If you look for the light, you will often find it, but if you look for the dark, it is all you will ever see. Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, then suddenly you are doing the impossible. Stand up to your obstacles and do something about them. You will find that they haven't half the strength you think they have. Don't let the bad days make you think you have a bad life. The moment you want to quit is exactly when you should keep going. People who avoid failure also avoid success. There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. If you want to increase your success rate, double your failure rate. Don't set yourself on fire to keep others warm. Take care of your body. It is the only place you have to live in. When you try to please everybody, you almost always please nobody. Never lower your standards just because someone can't meet them. People don't think about you as much as you imagine they do. We don't walk away to teach people a lesson. We walk away because we finally learned ours. You cannot convince people to love you. No one will ever give you love because you want him or her to give it. Real love moves freely in both directions. Don't waste your time on anything else. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. You can win a lot in life just by being the last one to give up. More important than the ability to pick the right one is the strength to walk away from the wrong one. Forgiving people in silence and never speaking to them again is a form of self-care. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Stop complaining about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't put in. If you stopped seeing the world in terms of what you like and what you dislike and saw things for what they truly are in themselves, you would find a great deal more peace in your life. You may be the only person left who believes in you, but it's enough. As you improve, you'll find yourself more disappointed with those around you. To avoid this, be hard on yourself, but understanding of others. When you start seeing your worth, you'll find it harder to stay around people who don't. Winners have lost more times than the losers have tried. Problems are the price you pay for progress. Until you change your thinking, you will recycle your experience. People don't get what they deserve. Tomorrow is a direct result of what you choose to do today. It's not who you think you are that holds you back, it's who you think you're not. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone happy. Strength doesn't come from what you can do, it comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't. Problems cannot be solved with the same level of thinking that created them. The more you sweat in training, the less you bleed in battle. Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. To be the best, you must be able to handle the worst. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Waiting for change while not doing anything for it is like waiting for the train at a bus stop. If you find yourself repeatedly questioning whether or not something is right for you, the answer is usually no. Confidence isn't walking into a room thinking you are better than everyone. It's walking in not having to compare yourself to anyone at all. If you wait for something, all that happens is that you get older. Buy something without looking at the price tag. First, work without looking at the clock. There's only one thing more precious than our time, and that's who we spend it on. We have two lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. If you're born poor, it's not your mistake. If you die poor, it's your mistake. The past cannot be changed, forgotten, edited, or erased. It can only be accepted. Time is like a river. You cannot touch the same water twice because the flow that has passed will never pass again. Your value is not determined by someone else's inability to see your worth. Don't make decisions based on fear. Make them based on hope. Your life will get better when you realize it's better to be alone than to chase people who don't really care about you. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past, and the only person better you should be. This is who you are now. Life becomes more meaningful when you realize the simple fact that you will never get the same moment twice. It's possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness. That is life. No matter how much you've been told, there's always more to the story. You're going to make a lot of people mad doing what's right for you. You can't cross the ocean until you lose sight of the shore. You will never remember the days and nights you stay home and do nothing. Someone's opinion of you doesn't have to become your reality. Better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. A denied expectation hurts more than a denied hope, while a fulfilled hope makes us happier than a fulfilled expectation. You train people how to treat you, unconsciously or not. There are more things likely to frighten us than to crush us. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Who lacks sex speaks about sex. Hungry talks about food. A person who has no money about money, and our oligarchs and bankers talk about morality. The goal in life isn't to be perfect. It's just to be better than you were before. You are always one decision away from a totally different life. Learn to earn $10,000 to $53,000 a month editing, just like I do on my YouTube channels. Join our school and get free promotion, monetization guidance and support. Link in bio.